Hey there people, and warm welcome back to 26 Ways to Draw a Letter. My name is Lisa, I'm your host, and this series is entirely brought to you by the lovely people over at Secura. Okay, so this is Q, this is O with a little twist, right? So 26 different ways of drawing O with a twist. Okay, grab some pens and a piece of paper, or download and print the practice sheet that you have in the description, or you have a link to it anyways. So let's go. The letter Q.
So I'm using size 8 and size 10 on my Pigma Microns. And the Q is a circle and a stick, right? Okay, so let's start by softening it by making the circle a little thicker and also the so-called stick. There's a Q for you, and now I'm thinking about one that is in one single line, like that. Perhaps we should thicken it a little bit. Around there, and leaving the ends kind of pointy. Kind of like this Q. Almost like there's a little knot in the end. And then we can make a circle that is not complete, like that, and insert almost like a triangle here, there. And we can make a small circle, playing with the shapes and forms here, and a long stick. Also trying to make it more like a square. And yeah, it should be something like that, right? And perhaps this also can be shown on the inside there. It's a funny looking Q. A script O. And with a pigtail. Yeah. So here is a script O with a tiny tail on it. Going towards something like above, just with more color. A thicker Q, just so you can notice the difference from these two. The one above has less sharp corners, otherwise they're pretty much the same. And the reason I'm doing two letters that are almost alike is so that we can study and see how much difference details do, or details and details. In this case, it's, as you can see, color, but still. So going to more sharp corners and filling it in with colors makes it look quite different than the soft white bubbly one, even though there are not that many differences. Okay, a Q with almost like trumpet-like ends here. See if you know what I mean, like these. There. A Q with a long and sort of wavy line in it. There. And perhaps we can play with that line even more. So I'm making a regular, like, block letter O. And instead of just a line, I'm going to fill it with leaves in a very simple manner, like that. That sort of makes it broader, it takes up more space, and makes the letter a bit more balanced and aligned. There. And speaking of leaves, I was thinking that maybe I could make a Q that grew branches all over. Yes, I'm starting with a circle and I'm just drawing branches from this circle. One branch would have to, yeah, there, and so this is the shape, the basic shape. I'm grabbing the size 8 to do the leaves. So with this amount of branches and leaves, the Q itself will almost be hidden, I think. Let's see where this goes. And I don't want the leaves to overlap, so I'm gonna have to like puzzle them together a little bit. A lot of lettering is about puzzling, actually, to make things fit together, to restore balance, and to avoid any like internal wars between lines and weights and shades and whatnot. And in this case, I'm not sure exactly how it's gonna look until I've actually drawn it. But I can tell you already that there's gonna be a lot of leaves and not that much Q. Can you see the letter is disappearing before our very eyes? Yeah, I have to cover this one with leaves too, which is stupid in a way because then nobody will definitely see it's a Q. So we have to, I'm using the size 10 to thicken the letter form itself to help the eye out a little bit. So there's your leafy Q. Now I'm thinking we could surround the letter with something else. Besides leaves, we could make a Q that is, I'm just going to finish the shape there. Let's make it or set it on fire. So this is basically creating a rather simple shape, pattern, if you will, around the letter, not even connected to it, to make it look like the letter is on fire. There. Now I'm thinking some sort of script-ish Q. A little bit simpler version than the last two. So what if we're making a Q that is sort of that's nice. In true false calligraphy style, I'm thickening some of these lines. There's a more elegant Q. And from elegant to something completely different, as always. Making a Q that is straight lines only. Let's see if I can, yeah, almost. And perhaps a Q, I'm thinking I want to use the shape of the burning Q. So I'm going to draw it again, just to show you what it could look like with another pattern in the side of it. The burning Q had 2 lines, but instead of 2 lines, I can take the size 8 and make a small loopy pattern like this. Almost looks like shoelaces, right? And something's missing. I think we have to make this one a little bit more steady. Let's add some shade to it. Putting the shade on the right side of the letter, which means that we have the imaginary lamp shining from above to the left of it. And there's also some shade beneath it. Like that. Shoelace Q with a little bit of shade. Okay, so now I'm actually thinking of an object that could look like a Q. So I'm making a circle out of 2 parallel lines here. I'm using the size 8. And on that circle, there's a handle and ta-da! A looking glass. Just smoothing over there and there's a looking glass Q. Once more, I'm thinking about the. Sorry about the out of focus thing here. This is a wiggly, weird shape that is basically made out of a flower stem. So a wiggly flower stem has now turned into a Q. I was stupid with that focus. Thank you. Touch-ups, touch-ups, touch-ups. We have to make this thicker all around, I think. Not just in some places, because stems are normally quite equal all the way in the width. There. Yeah, doesn't get any better no matter how much I try. Here are 2 C's or half circles, obviously leaving some space for. So this is a version of the 3rd Q I did, but we're making like an arrow here. And you know that since I'm not using different colors, I'm gonna have to use different patterns or lines and whatnot to make a difference or make the parts of this letter differentiate. So I'm simply using lines in different directions and with more or less negative space. So I'm using the size 8 and the last part of the Q is done. Okay, let's try to squeeze a Q together. Oops. So it's really skinny. And maybe we can make a Q that has this huge, so it's almost like a mustache. And the circle should be like a thinner one, so that the mustache really gets to shine. There's the stash. Wow. Okay, size 8. Bear with me because I will make a trillion flowers. This is a very, very simple and almost, sloppy and lazy way to draw flowers, rose-like flowers, starting with a small circle, adding petals and layers above or outside that circle. You don't want the petals to be like symmetrical, equally big. You want them to be almost like irregular. And we also need to fill out the space here. Either I'm gonna do a stem that connects all the flowers, or we don't care about the stem, we just fill in leaves here instead. What do you think? I think I'm gonna go with leaves. So one more flower there, and we obviously need one more because this is a Q and not an O. So there it goes. Okay, flowers. No, sorry, leaves. Just scribbling some leaves like randomly. And the flowers and the leaves are so many and so close to one another. So the eye will be totally bewildered, and it doesn't matter if the leaves are symmetrical, good looking, or if they're realistic or not, because it will turn into one picture. This will turn into one picture that almost has it's almost like a pattern to the eye. So you don't have to care about the details and the weird looking leaves like the ones I just did there. Because in this case, strength is in numbers. There. And while I'm doing the last leaves, I'm thinking about the next letter, and I think I have another idea now that I'm looking at the looking glass above. Okay, so there's the flower Q, and check this out. Almost like the looking glass. Actually, we have another thing coming here. So this is, no, it's not a looking glass. It is a frying pan with an egg. Yeah. So I did do a looking glass, but this is not a looking glass. This is a frying pan. You can totally see the difference, right? Also, it's a Q. Yeah. So there you go, frying pan. And hey, while we're on the subject of food, let's not stop with a frying pan. Just got another idea. Let's see if you can guess what this is. Okay, so we got the Q shape, but what is it? it's a glass of soda with ice cubes in it. And it's a cube. Yeah. Okay, so now I want to make a chubbier cube. And let's... Oops. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna place the line there, a bit on the side. And now I need to magically make one of these extra lines disappear. Look, these lines up here, right there, right? I need them to disappear, so I'm doing this shading line system. That will confuse the eye a little bit. Also, it's kind of cool drawing shades with these kind of lines when you don't have any gray or different nuances at hand. 2 more, okay. So 2 majestic ones. A big cube. There, we know this shape by now. Just gonna make it a little bit thicker. From experience, I know that when, and this is experience is like, I don't know, 8 minutes old, but I'm gonna add some sort of leaves here too. I want the cube to be like almost embedded in leaves or rising from the leaves or whatever. So we need to make the cube a bit more black, so we don't get confused about what part is letter and what part is leaves. And here are some very simple bigger leaves, like Victory Roman kind of thing. And to take it one step further, here is the last cube for today. And it is simply put a totally ordinary block letter with a crown that is a little bit too big, but you know, Q is also for queen, so that is my very last letter. I'm just gonna add some circles up here. There you go, people. 26 different cues. See you in the next episode.